What is up, everybody? It's me, Duke Farley, back at it again here on Lost at Sea. And tonight, I'm sadly joined by the first person eliminated from season 5 of Ascendance Live. I'm here with Tim. Tim, what is up? How are you? How have you been? How's summer?
I'm good, man. A little better now that I watched the episode, but I'm doing pretty well. Over the summer, I went to Spain, ran with the Bulls, and yeah, it's pretty good.
And you made it out okay.
I did. I did not get hit. I ran away. They're
That's
big, and I'm not. So
that's good. That's good.
yeah,
You see anybody get hit?
yeah. A guy in front of me got taken out, and I had to literally jump over him, and I felt bad about it, but no, I'm not looking back.
Listen, every man for themselves out there.
Exactly. We all signed up for it. We knew what we were doing.
Yeah. And we all signed up for Ascendance Live season 5, and somebody had to go first. And unfortunately, Tim, that was you this season. Um,
Yeah.
but before we get into everything that happened, I wanted to ask you about your experience in Unplugged.
Yeah.
You had played previously in Unplugged, and you made it decently far in that game. Um,
Yeah.
how different was the actual game, the actual full version of Ascendance versus your Unplugged season?
I felt like Unplugged was easier
Okay.
because I just felt like it was gonna be over in 2 days and there was no long game to prepare. Like you just go in it and you just survive every round and you're good.
Mhm.
Uh, and the vibe in this season was, all right, play the long game. Don't do anything too fast. And look where it got me. So yeah, I just felt like Unplugged went so much better for me because there
Yeah.
were big targets and everybody was aware of that. Like we came off of season 4 and we knew who the season 4 players were. Here was just a brand new cast.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Now you said that it was easier. You felt like you in this season you had to play the long game, and it didn't work out for you. What's an example of like you were playing the long game?
So the example was I didn't want to overplay too fast. Coming in, I thought everybody would see Unplugged and notice that I went far. So I didn't want to be overly playing the game early. Um, Night one, I went on the Menage a Trois with Lance and Deb, and I felt like that alliance would carry me at least through the first round. And then after the first round, I could start making those moves, like to talk to you, talk to Josh, talk to other people. Um, so I really tried to stay off the radar, and apparently it was too much.
Yeah. So you said that you watched the episode that you were eliminated, right?
Yeah, I just watched it.
Um, it seems like Gluck was the person to kind of strike first on you. Would you say
Yeah,
that's a good, yeah, okay. Um,
yeah.
were you surprised that Gluck of all the people that were in the vote with us was the person to go after you first?
No, I felt like Sam put it right when she said people went after the safe vote. I felt like I was the safe vote, and Gluck was a safe vote too. It did not move the needle in my eyes, and it was like just survive. It's like Gluck or me. Um, but yeah, no, he made a good move. Like I hate that people thought he wanted it more because he didn't, but I just didn't figure out the votes were coming my way until the end.
Yeah. Um, so we have like a group challenge that,
Hmm.
we're divided into 4 groups. Was there ever a pact between your group to before you guys went into the challenge and before we kind of knew the results? Like, listen, even if we lose, we'll stick together. Was there ever that kind of thing?
100%. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were up in the room waiting on the challenge, and everybody looked at us, looked at each other, and was like, "We got each other." Um, did I feel like it was 100%? Yes, but then I had passed LRG with Oakley, and I did vote him out, so I didn't trust him fully percent. So
Yeah. Were there any other people that you had played with in the past, or just
No,
Oakley?
I knew nobody in the cast but Oakley, and I kind of burned that bridge already. So,
Yeah. I wanted to talk about the menage a trois.
hmm
Did you earn that menage a trois at the auction?
yeah, I bought it. Yeah.
So you bought that along with a disadvantage as well.
Yes,
So you were rolling in the cash.
I was. I actually, when I got in there, everything was 50% off. So I was like, well, I know I want the wine. I thought
Yeah.
that would be a great builder. And I don't even drink wine. I hate wine. But here I am like 2 cups deep and the thing just trying to make alliances. And then I just went for it. I don't know why I went for it. I was like, let's just do it. I gotta waste cash. So,
Yeah. So you go on the menage a trois with Lance and Debbie.
yeah,
And you guys kind of have a loose agreement with, kind of sticking
very
together.
loose, very loose
Yeah.
agreement.
So I think it was mentioned in that conversation, maybe we should vote for one another to be captain.
Yes.
And you voted for Debbie to be captain.
You know what? In fact, I said Debbie's my number one. Let's go.
So are you surprised seeing that Debbie did not pick you for the team, number one, and then ultimately did vote you out?
100%. Like when I was sitting down there waiting for people to get chosen, I forget who Debbie chose, but down the line, I'm like, why is she not choosing me? And then she didn't even choose Lance,
Yeah.
which surprised me. I'm like, what? We just had this like last night at 1 a.m. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
So I was surprised she didn't pick me.
I was wondering in that situation, was she trying to distance herself from you guys?
I don't think so. I think she just made so many connections that night that she was like, she's such a social player. Like she was just off and running. And I think she just left me in the dust, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that shit happens.
Yeah. So
Um, Tim, as this, we've realized that we've lost and we're going to elimination, and there's 3 teams that are going to elimination, something that's
I
never
know.
happened before. And pretty much everybody except for 4 people are going.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that we have to talk to. Were you at, like you mentioned, like you figured out that Gluck had been saying your name later on in the strategy portion. Was there Do you think it's that you hit the ground running after Gluck first, you would have got him? Or do you think it was just the last second pitch got you there?
No, I think if I would have hit the ground running at first, it would have been okay. Um, Gluck is such a likable character, and he's so easy to root for that I needed to start prior to even the challenge. Probably start the night zero with strategizing. I think a lot of people did that, and I just didn't do it because I didn't want to come off as I was overplaying.
Yeah.
I think that bit a couple people that I've seen as the first boot. If you overplay, you get eliminated first. And I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to keep my threat level down. But as we all know, play the game before the game plays you. And yeah, so
The classic Ascendance catchphrase.
I know. Why I played it twice. I should know. Yeah.
Listen,
Sad.
man. Listen. It's tough. It's a tough game. It's a tough game.
Yeah.
Um, so it was a 6-3 to 1-1, or how, like, there were votes everywhere.
Yeah.
So were you surprised looking back at the people that landed on you? Were you thinking like any of those people were you like, oh damn, fuck, I thought
Uh,
they were gonna vote my way?
obviously, I'm trying to remember who voted for me. Should have wrote it down, but obviously surprised by Debbie. Number
Right.
one, big shocker. I wasn't shocked that Julia voted for me.
Mhm.
I did not just make a connection with her. Like of the 3 team captains, I knew I was not getting chosen by her. It's just we just hadn't connect yet. And trying to remember AJ, I was proud to see him. He kind of stuck up for me a little bit. He's like, Tim was my boy. So I
Mhm.
felt good about that. I was surprised Oakley didn't vote for me, to be honest.
Yeah,
Um, I was really surprised he didn't vote for me. I mean, I voted for him. I assumed he was voting for me right away.
right.
Mike, Mike, I didn't really connect with Mike much. But I was kind of surprised by him. But he seemed on the fritz that night. Anyways, he seemed kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Um, we played the trivia challenge together, and I could feel like his legs shaking as we did it. So I was like, well, he's kind of nervous. I don't really want to connect much with him yet.
Mhm.
I felt like he might be the vote first.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. As you're leaving, you mentioned you're the first person to not get to vote in Ascendance, just like not get to vote at all.
Yeah, kind of sucks, right? Uh, I made history, just the wrong kind of history, but
Yeah,
it
but
happens, I guess.
you'll be in the historic books,
Yeah, kind of like the White Sox losing 21 straight games, right? Or the Bills losing 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Exactly like that.
Except for that would mean I would actually make it to the finale, but yeah, no.
Listen, shit happens.
Yeah.
But Tim, it was great to get to meet you this season, and it was great to get to talk to you during this exit interview. Um, Anything else that you wanted to mention before we kind of close out?
No, I do want to play more LRGs, and but I do know that in the future you'll see a different side of me. I kind of watching the game film, and then watching. I just played one this weekend. It's in a
Oh, nice.
trader style game. I think I come off as the good guy, and therefore easy to vote. So going further, because I played four, came in fifth twice, and now the last two I've been like early boots.
Mm.
And so when you see me in future, hopefully in Ascendance, uh, I'm gonna have to change my tune and go a little bit more towards the dark side, just to play more aggressively. So
So
that'll
you're
be fun to watch.
so you're going
So
you're going from the hero to the villain.
absolutely, I'm doing the Anakin Skywalker. I've been nice and it's bit me in the butt both times, so I got to change it up. So if you see me cast further in any other games, just know you're going to see a different side of me. Um, and some people can make it work, so I'm gonna try to make it work.
Well, Tim, I look forward to seeing that. And it's been a pleasure talking to you, man.